welcome. So this is a very complex story about oligosaccharide sorting and processing. A lot of phenomenon, signal transduction, we are going to observe. And in the past few years, CSIR has asked so many questions from that. Okay. So we are going to discuss about this oligosaccharide sorting processing today. Right. So there is a five classes of glycans that are produced. Okay. So you can note it down because classification, knowing the classification is must. So N-linked glycans, the first one is N-linked glycans. Second one, O-linked, and third one is phosphoglycan. So here, what is the glycan? Whenever the sugar is attached to membrane, whenever sugar is going to attach with membrane, right? Then this is called as the glycans. N-linked glycans, O-linked, phosphoglycans. Right. So sugar is can be attached in following manners: N-linked, O-linked, phosphoglycans. Fourth one is C-linked glycans, and fifth one is glyPS. Last time, 2019, this question was asked: what is the true about glycation? And glycation is related to the addition of GPI anchor. Right. So why GPI anchor? Because a lot of signaling process is involved via this GPI anchor, and lipid attached to protein via sugar. And this is called as a glycation or GPI anchor. Okay, what is the N-linked glycan? When nitrogen of some amino acid, like nitrogen of asparagine, right, or arginine, this information you must remember well, because this is not a matter of discussion, this is not a matter of logic, this is a fact. Whenever the fact I am telling you, you have to note it down. So N-linked glycan attached to nitrogen of what amino acid? There are two amino acids, asparagine and arginine, right? So this is not possible without a special lipid called as dolicol phosphate. So N-linked glycan, in short, what you can say, they utilizing which lipid? Dolicol phosphate, DP. Okay, clear? Discuss करते रहो. When you are discussing, you are not sleeping. You are watching, you will sleep. So O-linked glycans means hydroxyl. O-linked means
hydroxyl group on serine, threonine, tyrosine.
Hydroxy group is amino acid here. Which amino acid is having the hydroxy group? This is serine, threonine. Okay. Third one is tyrosine. Fourth one is hydroxy lysine. Fourth one is hydroxy lysine. Right. or hydroxyproline. Getting my point? So this is very difficult to remember, but you should remember. So short formula is ASTTHH, hydroxylserine, hydroxylproline, HPHS. Okay, STT, All you remember? STT, HPHS. Clear? See, all linked glycan. They are attached to oxygen of serine, threonine, tyrosine, hydroxylysine or hydroxyproline side chain, or to oxygen on lipid. And which lipid is utilized? Pooling में, this is ceramide. So you have to remember what? Which lipid, which amino acid, right? And then how they are going to attach. So sugar attached with membrane lipids, that is very important. How the sugar is going to add. What is the glycosylation? What do we mean by the glycosylation?
The addition of sugar
Addition of sugar to a special lipid molecule.
on protein.
Sugar, lipid, फिर protein. तो इसीलिए तो बता रहा हूँ. That's why I am telling you, N-linked glycans attached by a DP. O-linked glycans means sugar, okay. And protein part is these amino acids, okay. So protein, this is not the sequence, I think. Protein, then sugar, okay, and then they are attached to lipid. This is not the case. Protein attached to amino acids, then that's why this is called as N-linked or O-linked or phosphoglycans. Phosphoglycans means they are attached through phosphate, and which amino acid they are? Serine. That's why this is called as the phosphoserine, right? Phosphoserine. Phosphoglycans linked through phosphate of phosphoserine. C-linked glycans, this is a rare form of glycosylation, whereas sugar is added, sugar to tryptophan. Sugar to tryptophan. C-linked, sugar plus tryptophan. Sugar to tryptophan. Glycation, addition of GPI anchor that link protein to lipid through glycan linkage. Glycation means glycan linkage. Attachment of special GPI anchor. I will tell you the details that link protein to lipid via glycan linkage. Okay, glycan linkage. So now I think this slide is clear. 5 classes of glycans are produced. Okay. How many types? And 5 type N-linked attached via which amino acids are there? Asparagine and arginine. And which lipid is there?
Asparagine.
DP, dolichol phosphate. O-linked attached to the serine, threonine, tyrosine, hydroxylysine, hydroxyproline, and they are attached to the ceramides. Third one is phosphoglycans. Okay. So phosphate of phospho. C-linked glycans, a rare form of glycosylation where sugar is added to the carbon on tryptophan side chain. Glycation, which is the addition of GPI anchor that links protein to lipid through glycan linkage. Oligosaccharide chains are processed where? In the Golgi apparatus. That is important. Next important point. All the oligosaccharide chains are processed. So all the oligosaccharide chains are processed in the Golgi apparatus. Okay. So how this is happening? So there are situation like this. If you can see, this is a endoplasmic reticulum, and here is your oligosaccharide attached to protein. Oligosaccharide and then protein. So still protein in there, but a lot of modification occurs in this oligosaccharide. So that's why this modification starts. ये question पूछ सकते, they can ask you such questions, है ना, कि exact modification processing of oligosaccharide occurs in which organelle, endoplasmic reticulum or Golgi apparatus. So both are involved, है ना. A little bit of modification in the ER, and when they are transported to the Golgi, okay, right, then further modification is done. The outcome is that two broad class of N-linked oligosaccharide, the complex oligosaccharide and the high mannose oligosaccharide, are found attached to mammalian glycoprotein. Right? So what is the outcome? What is the outcome? N-linked oligosaccharide, that is the complex oligosaccharide, and high mannose oligosaccharides are both present in the mammalian glycoproteins. Clear? And I will show you the picture. Sometimes both types are attached to the same polypeptide chain. Now you can see the diagram. Right? You can see the A part, you know, and CO, serine, threonine, and then asparagine, and this is what? This is blue one is the mannose, and this red one is N-acetyl neuraminic acid, NANA, right? This is a NANA. This is a MANA. This is a man. This is NANA. Okay. And what is this? This is N-acetyl glucosamine, NAG. Okay, N-acetyl glucosamine. So sometimes they can ask you the numbers. For example, how many mannose is there here in this part? 3. Right? How many NAG is there? 2. 2 NAG and 3 mannose. Okay. So that's kind of processing and sorting is occurring in the endoplasmic reticulum, and you can see this is the part A having 3 mannose, but here there is a more addition of galactose, as well as there is a this 3 was present earlier, correct? And then with this 1 unit of mannose, there is a 2 unit of NAG again, and then NAG is attached to galactose. Galactose is attached to NANA. Okay, so and now you can see completely removed one, and then all the mannose unit are attached to which portion? NAG. So this is the final structure. This was the NAG, 2 NAG and 3 mannose. Now after the processing, 2 NAG is still there, but how many mannose? You can count 2 to 4 and 2, 6 mannose. Trimming is there, right? You can see trimming is there. Trimming of NANA was removed, galactose was also removed. Okay. But during the chain elongation, they were utilized. This is clear or not?
Yes.
Any doubt? Any doubt is there? This is clear, beta? No sound.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can see one more important thing. This picture was shown, and this is the explanation of all three pictures. In first part, you can see there was a 2 nag and 3 menus. B part, a lot of addition was there, right? And then in the last part, high menus oligosaccharide are not trimmed back all the way to the core region and contain additional mannose residue. Hybrid oligosaccharide not shown with one mannose branch and one nag and gal branch are also found. So this is kind of steps of processing via certain addition of sugar, subsequent addition of sugar, right? And this is a kind of order process, right? You cannot change the order. Sometimes complex oligosaccharide may be present there, right? So, and whatever the glycoprotein are there, because of that, you can see the variation in the complex oligosaccharides. So now what we can see, proteoglycans are assembled where? In the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus confer the heaviest, you can note down this point. Glycoproteins confer the heaviest glycosylation of all proteoglycan core. What is the core? They can ask you proteoglycan core, where glycosylation is occurring. And what is the heaviest site? Heaviest site, 90% of glycosylation occurring in the Golgi apparatus. 90% glycosylation occurs over the Golgi apparatus, right? And what is the core unit where glycosylation is occurring? Core unit is proteoglycan. Proteoglycans. So proteoglycan core protein which it modified to produce. Finally, what is produced? Proteoglycans, right? Clear? So proteoglycans are assembled in Golgi apparatus. There is assembling. So how they are assembling? Some protein have sugar added to hydroxyl group of selected serine or serine side chain, and then this is called as the what? O-linked glycosylation, because hydroxyl group is used. This is called as O-linked glycosylation. क्या कहते हैं इसको? This is called as O-linked glycosylation because hydroxyl group of serine and threonine is used. Serine and threonine. Okay. And what is the enzyme that is used? Glycosyl transferase. Which enzyme is used for O-linked glycosylation? Note kar lo. This is glycosyl transferase. Glycosyl transferase enzyme that use the sugar nucleotide in the lumen of Golgi apparatus to add sugar residue to protein one at a time. Okay, one at a time. So usually N-acetyl glucosamine is added first. This can be asked during the glycosylation. Which is added first? N-acetyl glucosamine. You have seen in the picture that was a NAG. 2 NAG and attached with 3 mannose in the first picture itself. Right? Remember? 2 NAG attached by 3. So that's why this is saying usually NAG is added first, followed by variable number of additional sugar. Sugar is mannose. And this can be 3, this can be 10, this can be more than 10. So they can ask, if they are asking how many sugars can be added, what will be your answer? Maybe 3, maybe 10 or more than 10. Right? So, okay. So what is the benefit of, what we can say, the process involves polymerization of one or more glycosamine glycan chain. Okay, and maybe this is linking with the xylose or mannose, but obviously the serine and threonine will be utilized. Many proteoglycans, what is the use of proteoglycans? They are secreted, right? And they becomes part of ECM. What is the ECM? Proteoglycan extracellular matrix. Proteoglycans extracellular matrix. Proteoglycans extracellular matrix. Okay, so what is the purpose of glycosylation? This is the next question. Why glycosylation is important? Why sugar is incorporated into glycosamine glycans, and what is the mechanism? So the mechanism is that whenever the sugar is incorporated over the NAG or glycosamine glycans are heavily sulfated in the Golgi apparatus, right? This is the first step. Heavily sulfated in the Golgi apparatus. What is the use of sulfation? Because then polymerization is possible, right? Because then polymerization is possible. Why? Because sulfate have a negative charge. Sulfate has a negative charge, right? So some tyrosine residue in protein also become sulfated shortly before they exit from the Golgi apparatus. So in both cases, sulfation depend on the sulfate donor, 3-phosphoadenosine 5-phosphosulfate or PADS, that is transported from cytosol into lumen of trans-Golgi network. So what is the conclusion of this? Sugar, whatever they are going to incorporate, they are heavily sulfated, right? They are heavily sulfated. Okay, and sometimes the amino acids which are linked, they are also heavily sulfated. So sulfation occur where maybe depends on the sulfate donor, 3-phosphoadenosine and or 5-phosphosulfate, that is called as the PAPS, phosphosulfate, right? And this modification occurs in the lumen of trans-Golgi network, right? समझ में आ रहा है ना? I'm getting all the points ना? Hello, Parna, Aprin?
Yes, sir.
So why we are telling, because they can ask you. हाँ, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि why I am explaining this, because they can ask you कि what is the difference between polymerization of polynucleotide formation, right, and this glycosylation. This is also kind of polymerization. तो हम कह रहे हैं कि polymerization is possible because sugar अभी क्या था? Sugar attached to NAG, यही था ना? NAG, 2 NAG was there and 3 sugar was there. So they are saying कि they are solving the question कि why, how polymerization is possible. The polymerization is possible because of addition of sulfate, and sulfate have negative charge. Sulfate have negative charge. तो negative charge होने का फायदा क्या होता है कि positive things they can be added. And sometime because O glycosylation की बात करोगे or N glycosylation which is involving the tyrosine, they are also sulfated. So what is the benefit of sulfation? Increase or enhance polymerization, right? So now if you see there is an important difference between the construction of oligosaccharide and synthesis of other macromolecule. What is that difference? DNA, RNA, and protein. They can ask you. I mentioned in the red. So where nucleic acid and protein are copied from the template, they require a template. But This glycosylation pattern is without any template, right? And they are utilizing some polymerase like DNA polymerase, RNA polymerase, right? They are also need some enzymes. So complex carbohydrate have a different enzyme at each step. That is the difference. While the same polymerase is used, for example, DNA polymerase is involved in the complete polymerization, the same enzyme. The enzyme is not changing, polymerase is not changing. Here the complex carbohydrate polymerization requires different set of enzymes at each step. So each product being recognized as the exclusive substrate for the next enzyme in the series. That's the order. Suppose this is 5 step has to be there for the completion of polymerization. So each step enzyme 1, enzyme 2, enzyme 3, enzyme 4. 5 step creates 4 enzyme, right? And then this product become substrate of E2. Product of E2 becomes substrate of E3. Getting my point? Product of E3 becomes substrate of E4. So that is the chain reaction. And this chain reaction is not followed anywhere in the formation of polymer like DNA, RNA and protein. Is this good enough? ये समझ में आगे बेटे आफरीन सुपर्णा चल
Sir, many people eat sulfur-free sugar. Does it it is related with something here?
Without sulfation, I have shown you the 5 processing. So this processing is true for where the tyrosine is involved, where tyrosine is O-linked or N-linked, not for all. Right? We have discussed here, like threonines, O-linked glycosylation, there is enzyme glycosyl transferase, and this is occurring in the lumen of Golgi apparatus. So sulfation is involved. Without sulfation, you cannot see the long polymer chain, especially in this process, O-linked or N-linked, right? So now this is the diagrammatic representation of protein glycosylation. DP, you can see this is a dolichol, this is asparagine, this is self-explanatory figure. What is the red one? And this one is mannose, this is NAG, right? This is NAG, okay, and this is the mannose. So in one question they asked that how many mannose will be present in the final step and how many NAG. तो अब इतना तो याद नहीं रहेगा, but you can count here, right? So this is a 2 NAG and a 3. This is 4, 7, and then 2, 9. 9 what? Mannose in final protein glycosylation, glycosylated protein. Finally, glycosylated protein. Finally, glycosylated protein. Okay. So, what is happening in each step? I have told you there will be separate enzyme at each step. Oligosaccharide is transformed from dolichol lipid carrier. So, which carrier is there? This is the dolichol lipid carrier. Okay, mannose is oligosaccharide. They can be transferred from a dolichol lipid carrier to polypeptide chain during their translocation. So you can see the 3-glucose is here, 3-glucose is here, but 3-glucose residue are removed by 2 separate enzymes, and this processing occurring not in the Golgi body rather than in the endoplasmic reticulum. What is happening? There is a removal of glucose in the final step,
Free glucose.
removal of glucose in final step, and before that there is a carrier. Which lipid carrier is there? DP.
Some mannose भी. Free glucose, 1 mannose. 10 carbohydrate.
कहाँ मैनोज कहाँ होता है?
तो
अरे
तभी तो
same
10
ही
होगा
है।
ना आप. फिर आप बता रहे थे ना कि 10 जाएगा. 9,
10
10,
जाएगा।
11, 12.
नहीं नहीं, मैं ये कह रहा था कि दिस इज रेंज हो सकता है, 3 भी हो सकते हैं, 10 भी हो
3
सकते
to
हैं, 10 से
more
ज्यादा
than
हो
10.
सकते हैं, है ना? तो इन दिस प्रोसेस अभी ग्लाइको वहां गोल्गी बॉडी में नहीं पहुंचे है ना, अभी तो ईआर से चला है। तो मैंने बोला था कि वाइल द
हाँ सर ER का ही बता रहे हैं.
हाँ, तो 3 भी हो सकते हैं, 10 भी हो सकते हैं, ग्रेटर देन 10 भी हो सकते हैं। ये तीनों को बताया था, डिपेंड ऑन द सिंपल शुगर और कॉम्प्लेक्स शुगर। जैसे जाइलोज की बात करोगे तो वहां डिफरेंट स्टोरी है। यहाँ मैनोज की जब बात करोगे तो ये स्टोरी याद रखना, 2 नाग 9 मैनोज इन द एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम। ये शुगर वाइज डिफरेंस होता है ना? अब यहाँ पे देखो, डालिकोल लिपिड कैरियर इज इन्वॉल्व, है ना? दे आर ग्रोइंग द चेन्स, they are involving addition to the chains. तो oligosaccharides being added by the dolichopolipid. तो यहाँ पर dolichopolipid, what they did, they added the glucose, but later on this glucose was removed by 2 separate enzyme itself in the endoplasmic reticulum. This is self-explanatory diagram, है ना? Clear?
Yes sir.
है ना? दे कैन आस्क यू वन थिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, डायरेक्शन। डीएनए में डायरेक्शन क्या होती है? डीएनए पॉलीमरेशन में द डायरेक्शन इज 3 to 5, करेक्ट?
Yes.
टेम्पलेट इज 5 to 3, but here is the reverse, the direction is 5 to 3. So this is very important. Glycosylation has a different steps. Glycosylation direction is 5 to 3. 5 to 3. हाँ जी, क्लियर? नाउ जीपीआई एंकर की बात कर लें थोड़ा सा। व्हाट इज जीपीआई एंकर? Because this was the highlighted and asked in so many times in the CSIR. So what is the full form? This is called as the glycosyl phosphatidyl inositol. Glycosyl, इसका नाम पहले याद करो, glycosyl phosphatidyl
Glycosyl phosphatidyl inositol.
phosphatidyl
Glycosyl phosphatidyl inositol.
inositol. This is a kind of lipid anchor. This is what? Lipid anchor, right? And mostly GPI anchor is found over surface protein. Found over surface protein. Getting my point? Over the membrane, the GPI anchor is present over the cell surface protein, and especially this is produced after post PTM. This is the part of PTM, right? Post translational modification of protein. Protein is modified with glycolipid. Protein is modified with glycolipid. Okay, glycolipid. And one question they can ask you: GPI anchor is protein present in archaea? Yes or not? Most commonly present in eukaryote, some archaea, but totally absent in. This is very important. Totally absent in eubacteria. Clear? So lipid anchor protein can be located on both the side of cell membrane. This is also a very important point. First point is they are the part of surface protein. Second point, they are the part of PTM, where a protein is modified with glycolipid. This is the third point. And the fourth point is totally absent in bacteria, most commonly present in, highly present in eukaryotes. And fifth point is they are present either side of the cell membrane. Alright. So here lipid is going to play very important role in the protein interaction, and they can contribute to the variety of functions. I will show you. I did a special research for that. Can I delete these points?
Yes. Yes.
Because still so many points are there. So GPI anchor proteins are found in very small microdomain at the plasma membrane, and you can see GPI anchors are assembled in ER membrane. So this is very important point. GPI anchors assembled. 6 point लिख लिया कि नहीं लिख लिया? GPI anchors assembled in ER. Okay. So they are a part of transmembrane protein, yes or not? No, they are the part of surface proteins, right? And how they are transported? They are transported via secretory pathway. Transported via secretory pathway. Transported via secretory pathway. They are understood in ER. Dictate the GPI anchor protein are exposed on the outside of the cell, and GPI anchor mediating their attachment to the plasma membrane. Okay, got the point? Now see the next point. This is the GPI. What does the GPI consist of? GPI consists of glycan, lipid, and protein. So they can ask you, GPI consists of G for glycan, P for protein, and L for lipid. So their name should be changed from GPI to GPL. Why? Glycan, protein, and lipid. Glycan plus lipid, they are attached to the protein. What is the structural detail? Glycan plus lipid going to attach with surface protein. Correct? Glycan plus lipid, and which glycan? Glycan means sugar. Glucosamine will be there. Ethanol, galactose, NAG. This is the 2-NAG, and this is, you can see how many mannose? 4 mannose. Okay. Clear? Galactose, 1 galactose and 1 NAG. So 1 galactose. In the GPI anchor, what is the structure? You should note down.
पूरा स्ट्रक्चर GPI का है.
हाँ, 1 galactose, 1 NAG. How many mannose? 4 mannose. बाकी सारे other proteins हैं. And there is 1 sialic acid also. 1 sialic acid also. So GPI anchor consists of 1 galactose, 1 NAG plus 4 mannose, 1 sialic acid, 1 phosphatidyl inositol. Right? 1 phosphatidyl inositol, ethanolamine phosphate, and glucosamine. But इसको पूछते नहीं है. This is the phosphatidyl inositol. Right? And this one is glucosamine. Right? And this is एथेनोलामिन
Yes,
फॉस्फेट, एथेनोलामिन फॉस्फेट दो
Nolamine
है,
phosphate.
दो एथेनोलामिन फॉस्फेट है, EP, 2 EP
Yes, sir.
and 1 PP, 1 पिपली, 1 पिपली, बड़ा कठिन है भाई, and 1 ग्लूकोसामीन, 1 गुलू।
अच्छा वही एग्जाम में से रिटर्न नहीं आता है, वरना वही टिपली पिपली करते बैठ गए।
अरे रिटर्न होता तो 30% जाता, ये जो 98% चला गया ना, 30% मार्क्स आते लोगों को, और उस पर JRF होता है। और जितने PhD के गाइड होते कहते हो माय गॉड 20% पाया, 30% पाया। अभी तो लोग अपना फेसबुक पर डाल रहे हैं ना 98 परसेंटाइल पाया, आता कुछ नहीं है। एक लड़की तो पागल हो गई भाई, उसके JRF का निकला, इतना फालतू फालतू वीडियो दिन रात वीडियो बनाती है, सोचो वो क्या PhD करेगी। उसने अपना सारा
पर खुशी होगा।
हैं? तो पागल हो गई है, मतलब
खुशी
थोड़ा सा
होगा।
कुछ नहीं होगा। नहीं देखो, जब तक खाना पक न जाए खाना खिलाना नहीं चाहिए, है ना। तो JRF
ये
में तो आप
ये बात तो सही है।
ट्राई करो लैब में, है ना। जैसे कल मैंने एग्जांपल दिया था तो आज वो चली गई। राजलक्ष्मी, मैंने राजलक्ष्मी को बोला था ना, हमने कहा ढेर सारा मेनू है ना, एंड सब थोड़ी खा लोगे। तो वो क्या करती है, वो सब खाने की कोशिश करती है। तो इसी तरह से बहुत सारे लोगों की गलत हैबिट्स होती हैं। तो दैट्स वाई अभी तो उनको पता नहीं चलेगा, बट वॉट एवर यू आर डूइंग टूडे, यू आर गोइंग टू फेस इट्स कॉन्सिक्वेंस टुमारो। देयर इज नो इफ एंड बट इन योर लाइफ, बिकॉज टाइम इज नॉट गोइंग टू रिटर्न अगर कोरोना से बचे रह गए तो। तो भैया ये देखो, याद कर लो, हाउ मेनी शुगर्स आर देयर। पहले तो शुगर बताओ, हाउ मेनी शुगर्स आर देयर। सो galactose, NAG and mannose, there are 4 sugars, है ना। साइलिक एसिड, galactose, NAG and mannose, there are 4 sugar in the short form, you can remember. And there is a glucosamine। एमीन कितने तरह के हैं, ग्लूकोसामीन, एथेनोलामीन एंड फॉस्फेटिडिल इनोसिफॉल। दीज आर थ्री एमीन्स। सो 4 शुगर प्लस 3 एमीन्स, देखो 7 हो गए, 1 2 4 6 7 9 10 11 है टोटल 11। ओके बच्चों, okay, correct?
Yes, sir.
So if you have any doubt, analysis is there only. Now you can see the polypeptide chain is covalently linked. They can ask you the bonding, and which kind of bonding is there. So note down the polypeptide chain is, this is the polypeptide chain, you can see, and they are attached with the covalent bonding, and terminal is outside. This is the C terminal which is attached to plasma membrane, right, and C terminal is also the part of GPI. This is GPI, okay, GPI anchor होता है ना जी। This is a GPI anchor, okay, and this is the site of cleavage by the phospholipase D, phospholipase C. So in the signaling, you can see this mechanism is the most common, where phospholipase C action is there, or phospholipase D action is there, right? So this is the point of action. GPI, how the GPI anchor synthesis occurs, how their polymerization occurs, how they are added. So if you'll see in the mammalian cell and yeast cells. So this is I think more detail. If you like to note, you can note down. This GLC-PI is going to be first to be acylated on the inositol residue before mannose addition occur. In other organism, inositol acylation may occur at a later stage in the biosynthetic pathway. But inositol acylation, inositol acylation. This is inositol acylation. This is the first step in mammals and monocylated GPI. This is what is the result? Because mannose is added, so inositol acylation, inositol is acylated, then I is going to attach with the mannose, right? And then phosphoethanolamine, right? And which and most of the enzyme have been characterized in each step. The complete precursor is then flipped across the membrane into lumen of the rough endoplasmic reticulum prior to addition of transamidase enzyme to protein with C-terminal GPI anchor additional signal. Okay, so this is the mechanism of biosynthesis. Inositol acylation, this is the first step, and then mannose addition, then addition of phosphoethanolamine, IMPE. So in Indian condition, IMPR. Got the point? GPI anchor synthesis occur by inositol acylation first. So preformed GPI anchor core is built up by sequential addition of individual sugar and PE to phosphatidylinositol, PI molecule on the cytoplasmic side of rough ER. The process is initiated by the transfer of NAG from UDP, NAC, UDP NAG to PI followed by D and acetylation. This is more detailed. You don't need that. So GLPI is then manosylated with 3 mannose residue, each being derived from dolichol phosphate. This is important. Mannose residue is derived from dolichol phosphomannose. Dolichol phosphomannose, which in turn is synthesized from GTP mannose plus dolichol phosphate. So you got the point from where mannose is coming. This is coming via lipid anchor phosphomannose. Phosphomannose. Without phosphomannose is not going to attach to the lipid. Earlier we have discussed this, right? So this is GTP mannose and dolichol phosphate, right? And then all this biosynthesis additions occurs. You can see this is the ER membrane, this is the lumen, this is the cytosol, GPI precursor, protein precursor, then GPI anchor protein. The first which come GPI precursor. Second
GPI precursor.
First note karo.
Then
This is GPI precursor. Second protein precursor. Third GPI anchor protein. And then after the enzymatic removal, only C-terminal remains. So this is the actual biosynthesis, GPI anchor protein. First GPI and then protein. So they can ask you, this GPI is anchoring where? This is anchoring at its N terminal is anchoring at C terminal. Right, GPI and precursor N terminal attached to the C terminal of protein precursor. So that's why they are forming the complete GPI anchor protein. So if this is the C, this is obviously N, right? N terminal. So now what you can see, this complete portion GPI precursor has been removed and only N terminal remains. This is kind of modification process. Clear? Chalo next one. So thoda heavy now. Now again you can see this is from the current biology paper, and as the CSIR has asked, what is caveolin? what is caviola, what is the use, है ना, what is the use, can you tell me what is caviola, what is caveolin? Obviously this is very clear that this is a kind of vesicle, है ना,
वेसिकल।
and this vesicle is involved in formation of lipid raft. Lipid raft के ऊपर question था CC यार, right? So lipid raft is formed by caviola. Lipid raft is formed by lipid raft formed by caviola. Okay, so you can see the lipid raft is red. Lipid raft is red in color. This is the lipid raft, and this is formed by this caviola. Okay, and you can see here the GPI anchor is attached. Cholesterol mentioned in the green, dark green color, present in both leaflet. GPI anchor protein mentioned in the blue are attached to the outer leaflet. Okay, and
तो
decylated
लिपिड
protein,
रैफ्ट और कैवियोला जो है वो अलग अलग हैं।
मुझे लगता है तो कैवियोला से ही बनता है लिपिड रैफ्ट। Model of formation of lipid raft and caviola in the membrane. So how the caviola is going to form? If lipid raft is not there, right? You can see this color, caveolin. This caveolin was here inside, okay, and there is a red, border is totally red. You can see this one, and this blue structure is then attached with this lipid raft. So this is a lipid raft. Very good question. This is a lipid raft over which you can see, actually this is a red color. Lipid raft is mentioned in the red color, and over which you can see this is what? Caveolin. This is a,
तो मुझे लग रहा है लिपिड रैफ्ट अलग है और कैवियोला अलग है। ओके,
नहीं
और
जैसे नींव होती है ना, नींव के ऊपर मकान बनता है, बात समझ रहे हो?
अच्छा समझ गए सर।
हाँ, ये लिपिड रैफ्ट के ऊपर धंसा हुआ है, ये देखो ना, रेड
हाँ,
कलर है, उसके ऊपर कैवियोलिन धंसा हुआ है, और ये जाके फिर
हाँ, ये
लिपिड की
सर,
वजह
और
से
ये
तो मिक्स होंगे। लिपिड रहेगा तो ये वेसिकल बनने में, फ्यूजन होने में आसानी हो जाएगी। तो ये कह रहे हैं कि देखो कोलेस्ट्रॉल तो पूरा क्रॉस है, बट इसका कोई रोल नहीं है, राइट, इसका कोई रोल नहीं है ना, क्योंकि ये तो दोनों मेम्ब्रेन की साइड में, तो जब
तो ये स्पिंगोमाइलिन, तो कोलेस्ट्रॉल तो यहाँ है, ये वाला हरा वाला है।
हाँ ये
तो
कोलेस्ट्रॉल,
ये देखिए, हाँ ये कोलेस्ट्रॉल का
हाँ
ये हरा वाला
कोलेस्ट्रॉल है, ये स्पिंगोमाइलिन, राइट,
तो जो
करेक्ट है ना। तो
स्पिंगोमाइलिन
कोलेस्ट्रॉल ही है ये कैवियोला। नाउ दिस इज मोर क्लियर पिक्चर, है ना। ये जो कैवियोला है, व्हाट इज द नेचर, दिस इज
तो लिपिड राफ्ट जो बनता है वो स्पिंगोमाइलिन और कोलेस्ट्रॉल दोनों से मिलकर लिपिड राफ्ट बनता है।
हाँ देखता हूँ, हाँ यस, मुझे भी याद आ रहा है, मैंने कहीं पढ़ाया था ये चीज। सो कैवियोला विद देयर प्रोटीन कैवियोलिन आर सबसेट ऑफ रैफ्ट एंड दे आर इन्वॉल्व इन एंडोसाइटोसिस। ये इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, दिस कैवियोलिन इज इंपॉर्टेंट इन
एंडोसाइटोसिस। ये सर लिपिड रैफ्ट से जो स्पिंगोमाइलिन और कोलेस्ट्रॉल दोनों मिलकर लिपिड रैफ्ट बनाता है, और फिर ये जो कैवियोलिन है वो वो मतलब एक बर्ड टाइप का जो बना रहा है, वो हेल्प करता है एंडोसाइटोसिस।
हाँ, ये नोट कर लो, लिपिड रैफ्ट इज मेड बाय द स्पिंगोलिन एंड कोलेस्ट्रॉल। और इसमें जो अटैच हो रही है, अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस स्ट्रक्चर वी कैन सी दिस इज ब्लू वाला तो अलग है, ब्लू वाला तो जीपीआई एंकर प्रोटीन है ना, वो जीपीआई एंकर प्रोटीन है। राइट। चलो अभी आएंगे उस पर, ठीक है। कैबिलिन का एंडोसाइटोसिस में रोल है, ये नोट कर लो, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है। फिर लिपिड राफ्ट कैसे बनता है, ये सब पहले भी डिस्कस किया था, मेडअप ऑफ स्फिंगोलिपिड एंड कोलेस्ट्रॉल। अब इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें अटैच होती है, जैसे जीपीआई कर है ना, बहुत सारी स्टाइलेटेड प्रोटीन है ना, एसआरसी फैमिली टायरोसिन काइनेज भी अटैच हो सकता है। तो दे आर हेल्पिंग इन फॉर्मेशन ऑफ endocytosis. Cabilla with their core protein cavelin are subset of raft possibly involved in endocytosis. Individual protein and lipid may have both within and between different rafts. This is just a model, है? So already we have discussed the addition of GPI anchors. Okay, this is clear, I think. Ethanolamine and then oligosaccharide addition. Then both are added, पहले protein and then बताया था sugar, and then both are going to form the GPI anchors. GPI anchors are assembled in the ER, added to the polypeptide anchor in the membrane by carboxy terminal, already discussed. The membrane spanning region is cleaved and the new carboxy terminal is joined to the amine group of ethanolamine immediately after translation is completed, leaving the protein attached membrane by GPI anchor. So whatever the glycoprotein is now ready, they are folded by calnexin. This is next important point. They are folded by calnexin. You can see here, after folding by calnexin, the glycoprotein is released and the remaining glucose is removed. And if the glycoprotein is correctly folded, it will exit by a transport vesicle. So this is the transport of glycoprotein. Transport. How transport occurs of glycoproteins? Folding, modification, ठीक है, folding and then modification, sugar removal, especially glucose removal, है ना, and then a perfect folding is there, then they are transported. Okay, so there are various steps of polymerization. For example, UDP glycosyl is transferase is involved, so they can ask the enzyme. Enzyme name is UDP glycosyl. लेक्चर टफ तो नहीं लग रहा है
नो सर,
इजी लगना चाहिए, कोई दिक्कत तो है नहीं, मैं स्टेप बाय स्टेप ब्रेक करके बता रहा हूँ सर, है ना। A lot of details are there, but in short you can note down this is the enzyme, right? And transport occur only when there is a perfect folding. If the imperfect folding, they remains in the endoplasmic reticulum lumen. Right? If the glycoprotein cannot, important question, if the glycoproteins cannot be folded properly, then what happens? The mannose residue are removed and the protein is retro-translocated to the cytosol. This is very important. retro-transfer बाहर चला गया, देखो ये बाहर चला गया, अब ubiquitination होगा and then they will be degraded. Right? So how they are transported? Cleavage of signal peptide. Signal peptide is attached to them. Signal peptide and both N-linked oligosaccharide. Signal peptide cleavage and attachment of N-linked oligosaccharide occurs while the protein chain is exiting the translocon. तो प्रोटीन बाहर ही रह जाएगा, ठीक है, प्रोटीन बाहर ही रह जाएगा, ध्यान रखना ये. This protein is going to removed. Protein chain is exiting the translocon. Two glucose residues are then removed, allowing calnexin to bind to the glycoproteins. ये पूरा स्टेप समझ लो. This is the ribosome and translocan is there. एक second. Let me use some annotation, then it will be more useful. Yes, understanding is the basic idea. You should understand. मैं ड्रा भी करूं क्या? चलो ड्रा भी करता हूं थोड़ा. देखो ये प्रोटीन आ रहा है अंदर, ठीक है. कलर आई शुड चेंज. ये प्रोटीन अंदर आ गई. दिस इज ए प्रोटीन, दिस इज ए व्हाट, शुगर. ठीक है, ये शुगर है. अब ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल, दिस इज द यूडीपी, glucosyl transferase. Enzyme is there and they are removing UDP from this portion. ठीक है. अब जब ग्लूकोज हट गया तो ग्लूकोज रेसिड्यू आर देन रिमूव. तब एक देखो यहां से 2 हट गया. ये 3 ग्लूकोज थे यहाँ पे. कितने ग्लूकोज थे? 3 ग्लूकोज थे. तो 2 हट गया. अभी बचा 1. ठीक है, 1 बचा. 1 बचा प्रोटीन के साथ. देन दे विल बी फोल्डेड बाय द कैलनेक्सिन. ओके. और अगर मान लो ये कटिंग्स प्रॉपर नहीं हुई, 2 ग्लूकोज नहीं हटा, 1 ही ग्लूकोज हटा, तब फिर से वो एंजाइम आएगा. विच एंजाइम विल कम? यूडीपी ग्लाइकोसिल ट्रांसफरेज. What is the function of UDP glycosyl transferase? Glycosyl transferase क्या है इसका? Function to remove the 2 glucose molecule. Okay. So there should be perfectly 1 glucose molecule, then they will be packed. And if the glycoprotein is not correctly folded, exposed hydrophobic residue are recognized by UDP glycosyl transferase. A glucose is transferred to the glycoprotein, allowing it to undergo additional cycle of folding by calnexin. So there are 3 conditions. One is the perfect folding by the calnexin, and then the perfect folding is there, then they will be ready for the transport. If any problem is there, suppose sugar is not there, or in this case you can see there is no glucose, so additional cycle is going on. Okay, and then sugar addition is there. So one sugar is added and then calnexin is going to be properly folded. And if the glycoprotein cannot be properly folded, then another incident occurs. They are released, right? So the managed residue are removed and the protein is retro-transferred. Sugar retains. Sugar is retained here. Okay, sugar is retained here while the protein is released, and this protein is ubiquitinated and degraded in the proteasome. So cleavage of signal peptide, attachment of N-linked oligosaccharide, again the transport of new protein with sugars. I think this is very clear now. Any question? चलो यहाँ पे 3 क्वेश्चन बनते हैं. व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ यूडीपी ग्लाइकोसिल ट्रांसफरेज? व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ यूडीपी ग्लाइकोसिल ट्रांसफरेज? एडिशन ऑफ ग्लूकोज. ठीक. व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट? when they are not properly folded because of absence of sugar, then they are going to attach one sugar with the help of UDP. Okay? And they can be properly folded. If properly folded, they will be transported. Otherwise, next step,
Eliminate.
what is retained? What is retained? Mannose. Mannose is retained. Protein exit. And degraded. ठीक है जी. So already you know this point is more clear. And lipid synthesis. ये भी पूछा हुआ था. Which one is है ना? इस चैप्टर से कौन कौन से क्वेश्चन आए थे आफरीन? हैव यू एनी आइडिया? यही शायद आया था ना,
तो ये
लिपिड सिंथेसिस।
तो ये वेसिकल से बहुत आते, कॉप 1 कॉप 2।
हाँ, ये तो परेशान करने वाले हैं ना, तो क्लियर होता नहीं कॉन्सेप्ट। ज्यादातर बच्चे तो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में होते हैं, फेसबुक पे पढ़ते हैं वो, है ना? तो इसलिए उन्हें कुछ आता ही नहीं। प्रॉब्लम ये है कि कोई इंटरेस्टेड नहीं था। लाइफ साइंस के बच्चे हैं बट दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन लर्निंग, दैट्स व्हाई।
कौन सा रिसेप्टर कहाँ का होता है, ये बहुत मेन
हाँ
क्वेश्चन है।
हाँ
केडियल रिसेप्टर कहाँ कहाँ पे है,
हाँ, उसको सीक्वेंस चेंज कर दें तो क्या होगा?
लाइसोसोम का एसिडिक इन्वायरमेंट पे रिसेप्टर जो रिसाइकल हो जाता है,
हम्म,
ये क्वेश्चन होते हैं। सर जैसे आप कल वो बता रहे थे एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम का पीएच वाला, क्यों वहां
हाँ,
पर रिसेप्टर नहीं होता है, वहां पर क्यों होता है? हाई हाई एसिडिक इन्वायरमेंट पे गोल्गी पे होता है, हाँ
एफिनिटी वाला।
ईआर पे नहीं होता है, इसलिए एफिनिटी वाला, हाँ उस तरह का।
Then this diagram is related to how glycerol phospholipid are synthesized in the ER membrane from cytosolic precursor. बहुत टफ है, इट्स वेरी टफ। पूरे दिन सिर खपाना पड़ता है एंड स्टिल पता नहीं लगता कि यार रियली क्या होने वाला है। So this is very important. Synthesis of phospholipid, glycerol phospholipids are synthesized in the ER membrane from cytosolic precursor. Two fatty acids linked to coenzyme A carrier are first joined to glycerol 3-phosphate yielding phosphatidic acid, which is simultaneously inserted into the membrane. A phosphate then converts phosphatidic acid to diacylglycerol. The attachment of different polar head group to diacylglycerol then results in the formation of phosphatidylcholine, phosphatidylethanolamine, or phosphatidylserine. So phosphatidylsterol is formed from phosphatidic acid. ये नोट करना। PI is formed from phosphatidylinositol is formed from phosphatidic,
Phosphoric acid.
हाँ, phosphatidic acid। वीडियो देखोगे ना, मैंने देखा ये लिखा हुआ बहुत कम आता है phosphatidic acid, है ना? ये इजीली कैप्चर हो जाता है, इसलिए मैंने लिखना स्टार्ट किया। Sometimes you can see the fatty acid coenzyme A. They are attaching in the glycerol 3-phosphate and there is a release of 2 coenzyme A, na? Then fatty acid, glycerol 3-phosphate, then you can see phosphatidic acid, diacylglycerol, phosphatidylcholine. Further modification I can show you. Now they are going to modify in the ER ligament phosphatidylinositol, phosphatidylethanolamine, phosphatidylserine, phosphatidylethanolamine. And because phospholipids are synthesized on the cytosolic side of the ER membrane, they are added only the cytosolic half of bilayer. They are then translocated across the membrane by phospholipid flippase. So there is a role of flippase that has been asked in the CSR exam. Flippase, right? Flippase. What is the role of flippase? Rapid translocation of phospholipid. Rapid translocation of phospholipid. Rapid translocation of phospholipid. ठीक है बच्चों? So phospholipid का translocation, this is the main function. And they are ATP dependent. This enzyme is working in ATP dependent. This is the lumen side, phospholipid synthesis, and then flippase enzyme. Flippase enzyme is adding them into the inside portion. Okay. So cholesterol and ceramide. This is the structure of cholesterol. How many rings are there? This has been asked. 6, 3 benzene rings. Right, 1, 2, 3, and 1 pentose ring. This is the basic structure of cholesterol. What is the structure of ceramides? You can see this is the glycerol backbone, 3 carbon, and then here the long chain, and then this is another chain. So 2 are utilized while there is a 2 hydroxyl group over the each end of carbon. Okay, that's forming the ceramide. So from the lipid they can ask you so many questions. And this is about the ER export signal. 3 types of secretory proteins are recruited into budding vesicles by cytosolic adapter protein. So here you should know what is the adapter protein. This is the laminar protein, this is the transmembrane protein, this is GPI anchor protein. Okay, 3 different type of proteins are there. How many? One is the TM protein, TM. This is laminar protein, LP, TM, LP, and then GPI anchor protein, GPI AP. 3 type of proteins which are used for the export from ER ligand. This can be asked. How many proteins? One is the transmembrane, second is the luminal, third is the GPI anchor protein. Okay, and then there is a different type of signals involved. Transmembrane protein recognized by ASP diacidic protein is there. SPSP or glutamin. Dihydrophobic met. Okay, this is the dihydrophobic. कौन सा? Dihydrophobic. Okay, and the laminar protein, which signal is there? Luminal and GPI anchor secretary transmembrane receptor recognize the GPI anchor and signal sequences or signal patches. They are using the signal patch. Okay, so now you can see GR Golgi intermediate compartments, this is Golgi network, this is Golgi structure. Just for the structural detail of Golgi and which portion is attached to the ER Golgi intermediate compartment. This is the cis Golgi network which are facing the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, then this is the Golgi stalk made up of medial and transmembrane protein. Okay. Now you can see the processing of N-linked oligosaccharide in the Golgi. 4 mannose removed, then N-acetylglucosamine is added, 2 additional mannose residue are removed. तो कितना हट गया? 6. Right. Glucose and 2 N-acetylglucosamine residue are added. 3 galactose residue are added. 3 sialic acid residue are added. So finally there is a, how many mannose is there? यहाँ तो 4 हट गए थे. मैनोज कौन सा है? ये वाला. ठीक है, ये मैनोज है, तो इसमें से 4 हट गए, ये वाले हट गए. फिर यहाँ पे कितने हट गए? देखो ये कितने बचे? 3 तो 5 बचे. ठीक है ना, 4 हट गए तो 3 5 बचे. ठीक है, 5 बचे एंड देन 2 additional मैनोज रेसिड्यू आर एडेड. 2 3 4 5 6. ठीक है, 3 2 5 रिमूव्ड है, तो 5 में से 2 और रिमूव्ड हो गए. 4 यहाँ एंड -2 यहाँ, है ना. टोटल कितने थे? 2 3 5 और 3 4 9 थे टोटल. 6 हट गए, बचे कितने? 3 मैनोज. तो यहाँ पे याद रखना, फाइनल स्टेज में they have asked some questions. 3 mannose, 3 galactose and 3 sialic acid. 3 का सारा बन गया. ठीक है. 2 nog, always 2 nog is there, attached with 3 mannose, 3 galactose and 3 sialic acid. So 1 glucose is also there. So this is the processing of aniline glucose saccharide in the glucose. The number कभी कभी पूछ देते हैं. That's why I'm telling. Okay. So targeting of lysosomal protein by phosphorylation of mannose residue. This is very important. This is the lysosomal protein. They cannot be transported if mannose protein will not be attached, and not only the mannose, this would be also phosphorylated. That's why we are saying targeting of lysosomal protein depends on what? Targeting of a lysosomal protein depends on phosphorylation of mannose residues. Okay. So protein can also be modified by O-linked glycosylation. This modification, O-linked glycosylation, note कर लो, this occurs in Golgi apparatus. O-linked glycosylation कहाँ पे होता है? In the Golgi apparatus. Right? Already discussed. There are 2 amino acids, serine and threonine, that attach to the NOG. So NOG having either serine or threonine. Sometimes there is a sulfation. So this is not required. Sphingomyelin का पूछा था एक जगह कि where this is synthesized. So sphingomyelin note कर लो, they are synthesized in the Golgi bodies. Okay. Sphingomyelin is synthesized on the luminal surface of Golgi, but glucose is added to the ceramide on the cytosolic side. So glucose ceramide then apparently going to be transferred. So this is a sugar residue. This is the glycolipids. This is sphingomyelin. All they are processed where? Golgi apparatus. And this question can be asked in the plant cell wall. There is addition of complex polysaccharide like cellulose, right? So this is occurring also in the Golgi apparatus. कहाँ पे? Golgi apparatus. ठीक है? So now finally you can see this is RAF-GTP binding protein and their site of action. Exocytosis, ये note कर लो. Transitional ER to Golgi, Golgi back to ER, then different RAF is there. RAF6, intra-Golgi, RAF1, RAF6, trans-Golgi network to plasma, RAF11A. खाली आपको आइडिया होना चाहिए. Endocytosis, there is a different RAF, RAF5, RAF4, RAF7, 15, 17, right? And special role, exocytosis of secretory granule, RAF8, late endosome to Golgi network, RAF9, trans Golgi network to basolateral, RAF8, trans Golgi network to apical membrane, RAF20. वाह, बोर तो नहीं हो रहे हो? हेलो, अर्चिका सो गई. हाँ, नोट करते रहो. है ना, बिकॉज बड़े काम आने वाले, ये थोड़ा तपस्या है, दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ, है ना, प्रैक्टिस. रैप प्रोटीन फैमिली, व्हाट इज द रैप? रैप इज ए जीटीपी. ये क्वेश्चन पूछा था, विच वन इज नॉट ट्रू फॉर रैप प्रोटीन? तो यू शुड नो व्हाट इज ट्रू. फर्स्ट, दे आर GTPase. Second, attached to cytosolic phase of membrane. Attached to cytosolic phase of membrane via geranyl chain. Third, they attached in the GTP bound state. Fourth, they mediate. This is very important. Very important. Which mediate the fusion of E snare and T snare? By displacing sex protein, RAB. RAB protein complex. And fifth, very important point, RAB and SEC1 protein regulate the speed of vesicle fusion by opposite action. SEC will be out, RAB will be in. Right? Then there will be fusion. What is essential for the fusion? SEC should be out, RAB should be in. SEC out, RAB in. And snare के बारे में बता चुके हैं. Snare, what is the full form of snare? Soluble NSF attachment protein. Soluble NSF attachment protein receptors. These are the large protein complex consisting of at least 24 members in yeast, while 60 members in the mammalian cells. So what is the primary role of snare protein? To mediate vesicle fusion. So RAB protein and snare protein, you can see both are important in the vesicle fusion. There are two types of snare, V and T. Okay. Vesicle snare and target snare. V for vesicle snare, T for target snare. Okay. Lysosome में especially this things are happening. Lysosome formation. यहाँ पे दो वेसिकल फ्यूज हो जाता है, V वेसिकल एंड T वेसिकल. मैंने बताया था एक V ऐसे होता है, V snare, and this one is T snare. So with the help of RAB, that is GTPase, RAB is basically GTPase. इसके हेल्प से they are fusing finally, है ना. So now most serious cause of food poisoning is botulinum toxin, and this toxin is protease, is specific only to synaptobremin. ये क्वेश्चन पूछा हुआ था बेटा, नोट कर लो, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है ना. कि फूड पॉइजनिंग सबको पता है, बट इन फूड पॉइजनिंग दैट इज कॉज्ड विद द टॉक्सिन, व्हाट इज द नेचर ऑफ टॉक्सिन? What is the nature of toxin? This is a protease, specific to synaptobremin. They are dissolving the synaptobremin. ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, synaptobremin. कोई नहीं बताएगा आपको, ठीक है. इतना डेप्थ में स्टडी करके कोई नहीं बताएगा आपको. Thus by inhibiting the V snare, अब ये क्या करता है? V snare को इनहिबिट कर देता है. The release of acetylcholine into NMJ is halted. The fusion is stopped. तो ये फूड पॉइजनिंग होगी बिकॉज दे आर सेफ. सिमिलरली FH के बारे में हमने डिस्कस किया था, दैट इज म्यूटेशन affecting the structure and function of cell surface receptor that binds plasma LDL, removing them from circulation. The defect in LDL receptor interaction results in lifelong elevation of LDL cholesterol in the blood. So all these are, there are various defects because of disorder related to intracellular transport. First one is familial hypercholesterolemia, where is a defective LDL receptors, a receptor null mutation, lack of receptor synthesis in ER, defective intracellular transport to Golgi apparatus, defective extracellular ligand signaling, defective endocytosis, failure to reach LDL molecule inside the endosome, right? So that is the problem. ये ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. Lipolysis in muscle and adipose tissue with removal of triglyceride and concentration of cholesterol. Cholesterol is going to be concentrated. Mucolipidosis, that is called as the eye cell disease. ये बड़ा important है, right? Eye cell disease, ये पूछा हुआ है. Eye cell disease. In this disease, what happens? The activity of Golgi enzyme and acetylglucosamine 1-phosphotransferase is missing, right? तो अब क्या होगा? Little milder disorder characterized by leakage of multiple lysosomal hydrolysis. अब ये जितना भी एंजाइम लाइसोसोम का है, they are hydrolysis, they are going to leak and they are digesting the mucosa membrane. That's why this is called as the, and this is occurring because of activity of Golgi enzyme and acetylglucosamine NAG-P, NAG1P phosphotransferase. They are missing. इसकी वजह से ये होगा. Okay, this is the same thing. You can see that because of this disease, you can see that telangiectasia, depression in the nasal zone, puffy eyelids with slight exophthalmia, है ना? ऐसा चेहरा अगर दिख जाए तो आप क्या मानोगे? This is eye disease. This is thick tongue, low birth weight. So this is a summary now. Cytosol, post PTM transport, mitochondria, peroxisome, chloroplast, nucleus, co-translational transport, endoplasmic reticulum, then Golgi, then cell exterior secretion, then plasma membrane, then lysosome. ठीक है, तो ये सारा आपको अच्छे से डिस्कस किया. Tomorrow still we are going to discuss about the various diseases because of problem in the vesical fusion. ठीक है, ये बताएंगे आपको. lysosomal acid hydrolase ये बताया, ये भी पीएच क्या होता है एंड देन व्हाट इज द रोल. एक एंटीमलेरियल ड्रग में भी इसका बड़ा रोल है. एंटीमलेरियल ड्रग chloroquine is uncharged and able to cross membrane at physiological pH. At acidic pH, chloroquine is positively charged and accumulate within the parasite digestive vacuoles. That's why antimalarial drug is very effective, है ना, in the case of malaria. So high concentration of chloroquine within the digestive vacuole is thought to be responsible for its activity against the parasite. This is pH dependent. pH change हुआ, pH 5 पे there is a no charge. Acidic pH पे they are retaining the charge, and that is the harmful for the parasite digestive vacuoles. Gaucher's disease पूछते ही हैं. Which enzyme is defective? Glucocerebrosidase. नोट कर लो, glucocerebrosidase is missing. Where? In Gaucher's disease, है ना? और इसका रोल क्या होता है? They are helping in attachment of glucose to ceramide. ओके बच्चा, acid hydrolysis because of a receptor, that is mannose-6-phosphate receptor in the Golgi mannose-6-phosphate receptor, transport vesicle pairing acid hydrolysis, then acid hydrolysis, and then the release of, ये देखो रिलीज हो रहा है ना, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोलाइज रिलीज हो गया. ठीक है, और रिसेप्टर जो ले गया था ये mannose-6-phosphate receptor, they are recycled. तो lysosomal content is full of hydrolases. और ये पूछा हुआ था This is the part of late endosome or early endosome. This is the part of late endosome. ये बता चुका हूं कल का. Lectin participant protein sorting. Glycosylation have important regulatory role in the signaling. Notch signaling में बहुत important है. When we will discuss in the developmental biology, then tell me notch signaling. Very, very important. Notch is basically O glycosylated protein that contains fucose. So notch is transmembrane protein that O glycosylated by addition of single fucose, where which amino acid? Serine, threonine, and hydroxyl serine. STH. Okay. So glycosylation transfer is there. So glycosylation is important establishment of spatial boundary, ventral dorsal जो कहते हो ना कि डेवलपिंग टिश्यू में कैसे हो रही है, तो ये इसी से हो पाती है. दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ नॉच सिग्नलिंग. ये बता ही चुका हूं. इसको मॉडल ऑलरेडी डिस्कस. हाँ, न्यूक्लियर वाला नहीं बताया, तो न्यूक्लियर का थोड़ा सा कल डिस्कस कर देंगे. एंड देन विल डिस्कस टुमारो रिसेप्टर मेडिएटेड एंडोसाइटोसिस. ओके बेटा, थैंक यू सो मच.
Thanks.
बाय बाय, टेक केयर. थैंक